Yes, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra. We have arrived again, Evangelist B. This is Bcradio1News from the Republic of Ireland, and we are bringing greetings to you, brothers and sisters, relatives, friends, and well-wishers. I am your host today, Evangelist B, from the Republic of Ireland. I say, may God, shalom, my brother. God bless you. May God Almighty keep you and bless you. As I told you, I will be coming up from time to time. Today we are on live streaming. This is live broadcast. And we have an important issue that is bothering our people. A lot of people is concerned about this issue that I want to discuss right now. They want to know why it is the way it is, and I would like to know your opinion. If you look at the title of this very live streaming, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warns, and several times warns, all the Biafrans in Diaspora that they are responsible to make contribution for the restoration of Biafra, that God help us to escape the death and annihilation in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria are responsible to make sure that our brothers and sisters who are at home will have their freedom. Today we would like to know your opinion. The reason why I'm making this video is because it's a controversial issue. Some of our brothers are saying, I am an indigenous person and nobody have the right to tell me not to come into my own country, and nobody can stop me going home. So the question we want to ask is, number one, some people refuse to contribute for the restoration of Biafra. Some people even like my program and are not sure that all of them are supporting the struggle for the restoration of Biafra. Is it the right thing to do for us who have escaped death from the Zoo Republic, and God gave us grace, and we are comfortable and we are safe in the country where we sojourned, and we refuse to make this contribution? And this is the reason why that I try to deliberate and have discussion with you out there, my friends, on this issue. I welcome you, all my followers, all my friends. All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra. And I say, may God Almighty Chukwu Okike Abiaruta Amaro bless our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, bless his deputy and other principal officers who are working hard and assiduously to make sure they get us this freedom. It is important. Like I said, this is a controversial issue. Nnamdi Kanu have warned several times and said that any man, any Biafra who is in diaspora and not contributing will not be able to enjoy the freedom of Biafran restoration. And the question we are asking today, is it right? Is it wrong? He often make some references with the Czech Republic that they deny their people who refuses to support them for the restoration of their country, for their freedom fighting, that they will continue to come back with a visa until the day they will die. Is it the right thing? Do we support him? Is it wrong? If it is wrong, why is it wrong? If it is right, why is it right? We would like to hear your opinion, because this very discussion today is very important. Last week I was having conversation with a Biafran. He was among the people that sojourned when I called for Biafran restoration support in Ireland here. He's a born-again Christian too, and he registered with us. At a certain point, they are disappointed by the management. The management is not from the head, or I mean from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Uchemefo, but the people who are coordinating in Cork and in Ireland. And some people frown at the situation and the way things are going, and they withdraw. So I tried to talk to that brother last week. The importance of this struggle, whatever offense that anybody have caused you, you should put it at the back and let us march on. That this contribution is very important, that we continue with it until the day we are free. Some of us are getting old and we want to go home, but we cannot go home. And he tried to argue with me and make references even from the Bible that we are all free men. Nobody have the right to deny him the right of entering into his indigenous land. Not even United Nations, that is a free man created by God, that nobody should tell him. So when a lot of people argue on the same ground, but himself, he make reference from the Bible. Some people make their own references that they are indigenous. Their own point of view is that they are indigenous, and nobody have the right to stop them entering into their country when Biafra is being restored. And I decided, because a lot of people are arguing on this thing, that it's not possible, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be able to do that. He don't have the capacity to do that. Well, I decided to make this video today to discuss this issue, to know your opinion. Remember, this is live streaming Bcradio1 from the Republic of Ireland, and I am Evangelist B. Today, our topic of discussion is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warns Biafrans in diaspora that they are responsible to sponsor the movement for restoration of Biafra, and that anybody who refuses to contribute or support one way or the other will be coming home with a visa. And we are asking, is it the right thing? Can he be able to do it? Is it bad thing? Is it wrong for him to say that or to do that? We would like to know your opinion when the time comes. You will see our number there is rolling on the screen, and that number is a WhatsApp number and a separate phone number for Bcradio1News. So you are going to tell us your opinion when we are going to begin to answer this, ask this question. Another question is, why we would like to ask whether freedom, I would like to ask, not we, is freedom free? Freedom, Is it free? We often hear American people used to use this language, freedom is not free, freedom is not for free. This freedom is not for free relates to this very matter that we want to discuss today, because so many people think that freedom is free. Some people think that freedom is not for free. So I want to use this very word that American people, American soldiers, American government, you often hear them that freedom is not free. It's not for free. 1994, when Clinton came to Nigeria, Nigeria was agitating and asking America should come and help us to deliver us from corrupt government in Nigeria. I heard vividly from Bill Clinton, who came with our brother Philip Emeagwali that time, that freedom is not for free. We don't know the name. That time, I don't even know why the Americans are saying freedom is not for free. But today, we are going to look in-depthly about why they use this word or this language, freedom is not for free. Because it relates to this very argument that our brothers are arguing and saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not have the capacity to restrain them from coming back home. So we want to know why the Americans, why is it that freedom is not free? Let me start from here. I tried to Google about the freedom is not the language that the American presidents, some of them have always used that language. American soldiers, American indigenous citizens, always when you come to across them and you're talking about being free and having freedom, they always use that word or that language, that freedom is not for free. So I start to Google it and try to find out why the Americans are using the language. Then I found out that somebody have written an article. It's an ex-military guy, and he's a black American. And he said he want to explain the meaning of freedom is not for free. It's not free. And one of the things he was trying to explain is that men, women, children, boys, and girls have died for the living to be able to be free. So therefore, those who are alive right now should know that someone have paid the price. I think we are getting what the freedom is not for free, or freedom is not free. We are getting it right now. He said a lot of children died during the time of War of Independence. Their men and women after War of Independence now are sent outside their country to another country for either peacekeeping in order to protect the interests of Americans and save lives from some other countries where a dictator is trying to annihilate a certain tribe, a certain group of people. So those men, some of them will not come back alive because they are trapped or killed by bullets, by machine guns, by bombs. Sometimes people might use chemical weapon against them, and they die in a foreign land. So they paid price for the people who are moving in the street of America freely. They paid the price with their own blood. And that is the reason why they are using the language that freedom is not for free. Because for you to have peace, somebody must have paid the price. For example, I begin to think about how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to prison, how many times they attempted to kill him, how many times he have been endangered, escaped death, and how when he came out from the prison boldly, going from state to state in the eastern Nigeria, risking his life, standing in his word and saying, my people must be free. And I started thinking about how the military invaded his house, how they killed 20-something people there, and how they forcefully removed his father, a monarch, and the wife, and the other members of the family, exiled, just because he wanted his people to be free. And I started reflecting on how he appeared in Israel in Wailing Wall, or Western Wall. You can call it Western Wall or Wailing Wall. And how eventually he returned to England, where he has his citizenship. And I begin to think about this guy with a wife he married, newly, not settled. Even the child that the wife born for him was also going along. I saw him one day when he was doing a kind of rally with the people in Nigeria those days, and how the child was standing in front of this place, and I begin to think about the child being in forefront of this struggle with the wife being bold enough to stand and to resist even molestation and accusation and abuse that people thrown on them, and all these things, and stand firm and defend the freedom of his people. I now begin to relate it to what the American guy read, the article he wrote about freedom is not free. So in the real sense, what he's trying to say is that if anybody want to have freedom, there must be a price that the person have to pay. And if you do not pay that price, that's the question we want to ask. Is it right for someone to enjoy that freedom without paying a price, for other people to pay the price and someone else will enjoy? So we want to know, do we have an obligation to protect the life of others? Is it an obligation for you and me to protect the life of ourselves and of our friends? We are going to look at this very warning that Nnamdi Kanu is warning Biafrans in diaspora. He said, specifically, you are the one to sponsor this freedom. Is he right? If he is right, why? And he said the reason why, in his own opinion, you should sponsor it, that you are living in a country where you are having a better life right now. So you need to pay a price. In other words, we have to sympathize those at home. Sympathize those at home. So your contribution is your sympathy to the people who are suffering at home. Your contribution is saying that I am with you. This suffering you are now undertaking, I am supporting you, though I'm not there, but my finance, my money can assist. The question is it right for us to do? We are going to look into these matters in three perspectives, in three different points of view. We are going to look at it ethically, and we are going to look at it politically, and we are going to look at it in religious perspective to be able to find out in these three viewpoints or point of views, is it right for us to support people who are not able to support themselves or help themselves, or for us to relax and say it doesn't concern us? Is Nnamdi Kanu right when he said, if you don't contribute, you will not enter Biafra land and have the enjoyment or the freedom that you denied yourself and others from obtaining? Is it right? Ethically, is it the right thing to do? What is ethics? When we want to talk about ethics, this is Bcradio1 News from Republic of Ireland. This broadcast will last for 1 hour. So please share to your friends, your well-wishers. Please, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, because I will be bringing you more information, more updates, more news in this very platform. The issues of Biafra, the issues of politics, and the issues of religion. It's very important, please, to subscribe if you have not subscribed. And press that notification bell like it's in form of heart, just to notify you when I am coming up online. And I say God bless you. Once again, this is your brother, your host, Evangelist B. The topic of today is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warning the Biafrans in diaspora that they must contribute, they must sponsor the struggle for the restoration of Biafra, and if anybody refuses to do so, that he will not enter Biafra to enjoy the freedom that he denied himself and others. So the question we ask, is it the right thing? What his decision and his warning, is it legitimate? That's what we mean by writing. And we say we are going to look at it in three perspectives: ethically, political, and religiously. So, and we want to start from number one, the ethical point of view. Is it a good thing for us or for an indigenous person to protect the life of his people and himself? And we want to make some analysis of ethics, because ethics is a norm, way of doing something either wrong or right. Ethics involve what we can say, whether stealing, for example, is right. And everybody will say, no, stealing is wrong. Ethics could say a method of doing thing or something appropriately in a right way. For example, you are working in a company, in a factory. They will ask you a question, would you consider yourself to take away the ball pen that is, even though that pen we have one packet of ball pens, and everybody in the office will be using, is it right for you to take one home, or to take some sheet of A4 paper and go home with it and put it in your printer? That's the question the ethics will ask. Is it the right thing to do? Which we know ethically is wrong, because it's a part of stealing. Ethics will ask, do we have an obligation to protect the life of other people when we are in position to do that? Yes, the answer, the ethics will say, it is right and it is appropriate for us to protect the life of other people, even when it's not convenient to us, even when it is difficult. That is what I mean when it's not convenient. It is a part of human sacrifice to save other peoples from danger. And we are going to look into it, like I said, religiously, where it has happened. And we use it to compare with our brother who was arguing with me that God made us a free man, and we have no right, nobody have right to deny him entering into his society, into his country when we got this independence. And I asked him a question. I said to him, as a Christian, please tell me, is it the right thing for you to live in a better country, in a peaceful atmosphere, and you see your brother suffering and it does not touch you, and you don't have any feeling or sympathy. I asked him, as a Christian, do you think that Christ, when you die and come to heaven, will say, welcome my son, you did well? He said no. In that point is no. That for Christianity's sake, I will say that it is what we're supposed to do. And I asked him, why are you not doing it? And he said, because Nnamdi Kanu have no right to impose it, that he want to set up autocratic government. I said, no, you are misunderstanding it. You have answered my question that is wrong for you to keep quiet when you are in position to save life. So in ethical manner, if I see someone drowning in the river or in a mud, and I refuses to go and lay helping hand to bring that person out from the trapped mud, ethically, it's very wrong. Even in the sight of God, it's very wrong. So it is wickedness. And he said, I am objecting it because they are making it by force. I asked him, do you know what we call moral responsibility? You are morally responsible. We are morally responsible to help people around us who are finding things difficult. For example, we sojourn in a foreign land like Ireland, and the Irish government welcome us. Some of us tell a lot of bloody lies in order to get your paper, your citizenship. And this government knows some of them. Some people have legitimate reasons or things that pursue them. Some people are just looking for better life. Sometimes when they ask us or interview some of our people, we say we are looking, what drives me to this very land is that I am looking for a better life. Some of us are boldly to say it, but we've forgotten sometimes that we lies and said, oh, okay, is pursuing me, Okafor is pursuing me, David is pursuing me, Goliath is pursuing me. So I argue with him. At a certain point, the brother took offense again. They said that I'm going back again. So he wants somebody to beg him that, oh, my brother, you must, not must, let me not use the language, it's a forceful word. It can be termed as an aggressive. He wants somebody to say, oh, my dear, I know you are right. Please, 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 for Christ's sake, I want you to be donating this money. And he will, even if he decides to do it, he will be frowning his face to do the donation. Because anything about money, to my own perspective, our people are so stingy in helping one another. So I would like to know your own point of view when the line will be open. And our phone line is a WhatsApp phone, and you can see it in the screen there rolling. So when the time comes, you are going to make your own contribution today. I just want us to be open, and I don't want somebody to take much time when the line will be open, because we have only 1 hour to stream this thing and we are going to close. So ethically, do we have moral obligation to save other lives when things are good for us? This is the reason why the host country where we came, they see it as humanly moral obligation to respond to the people who are in need, the needful, the people who are being chased away from their country. They see it that it will be immoral on their own side if they did not camp us, if they did not help us, if they did not assist us in any way. And that's why they take it as an obligation. Obligation means a duty, responsibility. Upon myself, I have taken it. I want to assist these people, humanly speaking. The way they are treated in their country or maltreated in their country is an inhuman act. I want to assist them. And now, we ourselves that are being assisted in a foreign land, giving us everything we want, giving us houses, and some of us, the car we ride, the petrol we put, the insurance, is the money that government gives to us. The bill you pay is even the dole that are given to you, that you are receiving the social welfare. But we find it very difficult to assist our brother. Do you know that even the government of this country will look at us as people who are so wicked, people who are evil, devilish, that they help us, they assisted us, and we don't want to assist those people who are trapped? Do you think it is by your strength or by your power or because you are too smart that you will finally end up in this land? Some people took the journey, they landed here, they deported them. Some people took on the road and they died in the desert. Some people find their way in flying the boats or going with the ship, and the thing capsized and they fall into the ocean and the thing swept them away and drown all of them. Will you say that you are smarter than those people? No. You are very fortunate that God helped you. So that's what we are talking about, ethics. Ethics. We have moral obligation to assist. It is appropriate. It is a good thing. It is the right thing ethically that we help our brothers who are still in the lion den, who are still in the lion, have already caught them with their teeth, wanting to tear them into pieces. So we can see in ethical manner, to do the right thing is what we call appropriate. It is right for us, those who are here in abroad, to be able to assist our brother, because it's unethical when, for example, you are working in a company, you steal the pens, you steal the papers and come home and put it in your printer, because you don't want to go to shop and use €4.50 or €5, €7 to buy a bundle of A4 sheets to keep at home and be printing stuff by your own. It is unethical to steal, and it is unethical for seeing someone who is drowning in the river or who is dying, or somebody trapped somewhere in the train track, and you have the opportunity to save that individual, to draw him out of that place. You did not make any effort. He says it doesn't concern me. It's an ethical kind of attitude. So that is the part of ethical. Now we are going to look at it in political point of view. Is it the right thing politically? You know what I mean by politics, by governance, by the government system. Is it the right thing to save other people? For example, like our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, we have the responsibility to fight, contribute, because we are having a better life in our host countries, to contribute, to help those who are still trapped or who are still not able to escape the death that they are facing on daily basis. Every one of us knows what the type of hardship that our people is passing through. Look at yourself and the people who have, some people have traveled home. I saw the Yoruba woman, everybody saw it, who said from Canada going home. He was raped for how many days? For whether they said for 6 days. He was raped in front of her daughter, in front of her husband. They are looking at each other. Your daughter have never seen the nakedness of their mother, but somebody is having sex with the mother in front of her, and you are the husband, and you are standing there, and they are doing this thing. How will you feel? So many people are fallen victim. They were cut in pieces on the way while they are going home. And this is the reason why. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said these horrible things that is happening to our people, that we have moral responsibility to take care of those people who are trapped. And he used his own life as an example, put it into danger, We remember in Kuje prison, they say he would have been killed by toxic chemical that they throw into his prison. I saw that rabbi saying how God brought wind, that instead of wind coming in, wind is like from inside pushing outside. So please, anybody that is calling, I am not taking phone call right now until I want to digest this analysis before the contribution could be made. So I am not picking phone now. Sorry. If you are listening to me, sorry, I will not pick your phone right now. I am wanting to make this analysis sink in our mental system for us to understand and make our judgment when the judgment comes. Judgment will be coming when you will be calling to make your own point of view clear to people or make your own opinion to be heard. So politically, is freedom for free? That's what we're asking. Politically, there is a man called John Hobbes. He developed a theory called philosophy of science. A theory that most of the nations or government are using as an example. Hobbes, in a political point of view, say that freedom is not free. And he made his point clear that there is a need for someone or government or authority to take control of people's behavior. When we are talking about political science, we are talking about human behavior, human character, human attitude. Hobbes argued that to give people absolute freedom means to create the state of anarchy. And he gave an example and said, if there is no control, because some people said, why would he be Nnamdi Kanu? Why would he be the one to impose himself? They call it imposition, that is imposing. But this, we will see whether it is an imposition. So Hobbes says that somebody or group of authority must come up with idea on how the society will be governed. That if we allow freedom, like the people who said, I am not going to contribute because nobody have the right to tell me whether to contribute or not. Hobbes said that if we allow people to go away with it, and everybody said, you have no right to tell me, and I have no right to tell you, Hobbes says there will be a state of anarchy. That means you wake up, you said, everything I want to do, nobody have to tell me what I'm going to do. He said that if we allow this to be, even the strongest man will be sleeping and a weak individual will take machete and cut his neck. And the people will be fighting against each other because this person say you should not tell me, the other person say you should not tell me. So he developed this theory of government system, which he called what is it called? Let me remember. Sorry. It's a kind of theory that he developed the contract, a kind of contract where people can agree with the authority that this is the way we are going to be living our life. And that contract will be legitimizing or not people's behavior. That means there will be a legal system putting in place whereby people will be following the legislation so that someone like me or you will not have absolute freedom. He says you have freedom to speak, You have freedom to go for your business, do your business, but when you are doing that business, you must pay tax. Why are you going to pay tax? Because there are people who are less privileged that through your tax, they could help them in order to sustain their own life. Shalom, my brother. God bless you. So, Hobbes is saying that there is no need to give people freedom. Absolute. He denying absolute freedom. He's not saying that people don't have right. You have right to have your own properties like house, yeah, like land, own a car, and drive a car. But he's arguing that if we don't have a law like traffic law that can limit people speed in a society, people will be killing each other and things are not being regulated. So when we look at into this political science that developed by Hobbes about the contracting of citizens with the government, just a kind of agreement on how the society will be run so that there will be orderliness, there will be no state of anarchy. Okay, let's say we are living in Ireland and nobody governs us and there's no police, for example, there is no leadership, and people can come up here and shoot me because I'm a black man, I'm living in an Irish society, because some people don't like your color. Some people, you might buy new car, your neighbor will come and beat you up because you are a foreigner. But because there is a law, there is a regulation that is guiding everything, nobody will do something by his own power or his own self-desire that nobody have to tell me anything I have to do. So you can see that politically, according to this political science, that there is a need for us to have an authority, a certain authority or power given to the government or people who are in the political power to be able to organize the society and allow the society, everybody, you can go to cinema, you can go to shopping center, you can do anything, but in that aspect where you have the freedom to go to shopping center and go to the marketplaces or go to any place in the city or amusement park, your freedom still have limitation. That's why they say that freedom is not, there is no absolute freedom in his political science. Say, there is no absolute freedom. And you cannot go to the shopping center and you steal and put into your pocket and tender some of the article or product you brought to the tilt, and you presented some and have some in your pocket, and you want to go away. The scanner that they are putting at the side of the door where you are passing shows that there is begin to alarm, beep, 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 that you have something. You have committed a crime. That means you don't have right to take that product and walk away without paying for it. That's what we are talking about, freedom and absolute freedom. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is saying, we that is in diaspora have to come together and begin to sponsor this movement, because we are in a peaceful society. We are in a place where we have liberty. We have light, we have television, we can drive. Everybody, almost everybody drives. Government of this country make it possible for us. And he wanted us to transfer some of this tiny part of it to assist our brothers. Is it the right thing to do? Or is it the wrong thing to do? Has he right to say that if you don't do it, you will not enter into Biafra land? Has he no right to say that? That's what we want to find out today. So, When the time comes, I would like you to give us your own opinion. And we are going to look into it in a religious point of view. Do you see now that in a political point of view, that it is right for Nnamdi Kanu to say that we have to organize ourselves and rally ourselves, we that in diaspora? His argument is legitimate. Number one, he said, we have a better life. We are in a better position. We have freedom. To an extent, at least 90% of us, we have 90% freedom. The other 10% is racism, anti-Semitism, opposing, perpetrating against you. That is minor. But people comes out in the public to stop you and beat you because you're a black man, the police will arrest them. So we have 90% freedom. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is saying, this 90% freedom we have, let us bring some of the peanut of it, or let's say 5% of it, as a contribution to assist our people who are trapped at home, so that they might have their own freedom. If you ask John Hobbes, who developed this political theory of political theory of science, we are talking about not giving people absolute freedom. That if you give them absolute freedom, there will be a state of anarchy where people can be killing each other. You can see that Nnamdi Kanu is right, that we have to organize ourselves. The weak ones, we have to contribute just to help them. Just like the government is introducing social welfare, that those who are earning a huge amount of money to a certain threshold should be taking some percent, their taxes. Government will use it to give to those minority like us who came. The reason why they allow us, some of us, into social welfare, they know that we could apply for job, we could not get job because of where we are, the background where we're coming from, and our color or whatever. Government allow us to be giving us incentive through social welfare to assist us. Then we that are here refuses to do the same thing to our brothers at home. Politically, it is very wrong. And if we say there will be no authority, there will be no power, who brought Nnamdi Kanu? Who is he? Why must he impose a law or condition to us to go to our country? If we allow everybody to say like that, who will fight for the Biafra? Who will agitate for the Biafra? Who will go and take the risk he's taking now? That's why, politically, it is good for us to tax ourselves. He's not imposing to somebody, to me. He's calling that, please look at it. Our brothers are suffering. Is there any way we can help? And he came up with an idea. He said, I will go in forefront. I will be the one. I will take risk. I will show you an example with my own life. I want you to support me. I need the contribution. Some people are questioning, where is the money going? Who is taking care of the money? But we see he goes to court and bail people from the court. Those people he bailed to the court, tomorrow you see them on the street again. That is a part of the job, because their demonstration and the military shooting and molesting them, people are taking videos, publishing it in the social media. The government of the world is it. That is part of the job. The lawyer takes money. The lawyer that goes to United ICC court about the issue of Biafra, for example, Bruce Fenfen. I heard that when they go to court, 1 hour, the IPOB pay 1 hour, $5,000. If you spend 2 hours arguing in the court, is $10,000. So all these things is where the money they are contributing. And now they can say that we need a lot of people. And the people that are in position to do this is people in diaspora. And that we must do it. And some people are questioning the authority. That's why John Hobbes says there must be authority. There must be power. There must be power that will do what? That will regulate people. so that there will not be a state of anarchy. Some people say, okay, if Biafra come, I will enter there, let nobody is going to stop me. When the time comes, we shall see, because you cannot go contrary to the law. So politically, we know that it is a good thing to regulate people so that there will be no state of anarchy. So the contract that Nnamdi Kanu is placing in front of us is that willful contract that we have to agree by ourselves how much you want to, but he pegged it at least 20 euro per person every month. But he said some people, if you can be donating $1, if you're working a civil servant, $1 is nothing, and to me, I will be ashamed for me to be giving $1, honestly speaking, even if I'm not working. Then some people might say it's $10 or 10 euro. Some people are giving more than that. Some people are giving thousands. But every hands are not equal. So we can see that, to me, with the analysis we are taking here, the angle he was going, the thing he's pursuing is legitimate, and it is right politically that we must have authority that will regulate people or tell people what to do. If nobody tells you and nobody tells me, I will be doing what I like, you will be doing what, nobody will contribute. Nobody will come out like Nnamdi Kanu and say, okay, I'm being in forefront. This is wrong. So when we look at it into in a religious way, is it the right thing for us to contribute money for the restoration of Biafra? This is a controversial issue. That's why I'm discussing it today. This is Bcradio1News from the Republic of Ireland. And you are hearing the voice of Evangelist B. Please share this video as much as you can. Share to your friends. And if you have not subscribed with us, please subscribe right now so that I will be bringing you more updates, because we are going to be discussing a lot of issues, even issue that will face us when we finish Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, negotiating with the European Parliament, UN, going to America. When we finish this discussion of our inner circle problem, we will face external problem, because the white people will be giving us conditions on how to live in order that we enter into another slavery. We are going to discuss the issue pertaining to that later, so that we prepare ourselves on how to escape their subjugation, because it's definitely going to come. They don't want any African country to come up, but that's not what we are talking about today. So we are talking about religious aspects of this contribution. Is it the right thing to do? Is it the wrong thing to do? There is a place I want to read in the Bible to summarize this thing before we begin to take our course. There is a place I want to read. Please, who is calling? We are not taking call right now. In a few minutes, we'll be taking calls. Sorry, I cannot take your call. We are looking at the religious point of view. We are going to go to the book of Deuteronomy. I'm going to finalize this in quickly. We are going from ethical point of view, political point of view, and religious point of view. We have finished ethical and political. We are now going to religious point of view, because that brother made an argument that we are created by God, and God give us freedom, and nobody have to limit us our freedom. And when it comes to the issue of a nation or a tribe under annihilation, what are we going to do? Do we have right on a moral obligation to protect the life of others? So let us through the book of Deuteronomy. One is the book of Deuteronomy, one is Joshua. I bet I'm going to probably read only the book of Deuteronomy, because it would take us much time. So on this side Jordan, in the land of Moab, Deuteronomy, I'm reading Deuteronomy chapter 1 from verse 5. On this side of the land of Moab, began Moses to declare his law, saying, The Lord our God spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. Turn you and take your journey and go to the mount of the Amorites, and unto all the places near or nigh unto in the plain, in the hills, and in the valley, in the vale, and in the south, and by the seaside, to the land of the Canaanite, and unto the Lebanon, unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Behold, I have set the land before you. This is the land that God is promising the children of Israel. I set the land before you. Go in and possess them, and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and to their seed after them. And I will speak unto you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you. This is what Moses is saying to them. I bear you myself alone. The Lord your God hath multiplied you, and behold, ye are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. The Lord God of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he had promised. He has promised you. How can I myself alone bear you cumbrance and your burden and your strife? He's talking about how he could not be able to manage them himself because there are too many. Take you wise men and understanding, and know among you tribes. Now he said, by tribe will take you people of understanding, men of understanding, and I will make them rulers over you. And ye answered me and said, These things which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, that is the chief of the elderly people, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains and over tens, and officers among you, among your tribes. And I will charge your judges at that time, saying, Hear the cause between your brethren, and judge righteously between them, every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Ye shall not respect person in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of the man, for the judgment is God's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time all the things which ye should do. And when we departed from Horeb, we went through all the other great and terrible wilderness which ye saw by the ways of the mountains of the Amorites. And the Lord our God commanded us, and we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, Ye are come unto this mountain, unto the mountain of the Amorites, which the Lord our God had given us. This is a promised land they are trying to enter. That's where I'm going. Behold, the Lord thy God has set the land before thee. Go up and possess it, as the Lord God of thy fathers hath said unto thee. Fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me, and every one of you, and said, We will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land, and bring us word again, by what way we must go up, and into what cities we shall come. And the saying pleased me well, and I took 12 men of your one of your tribe, and they turned and went up into the mountain, and came unto the valley of Eshcol, and searched it out. And they took off the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, it is a good land, which the Lord our God doeth give us. Notwithstanding, ye would not go up, but rebelled against the commandments of your God, and ye murmured in your tents, and said, because the Lord hated us, he had brought us forth out of the land of Egypt to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites, to destroy us. Whither we shall go up, our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, the people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven, and moreover we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid. Just like what Nnamdi Kanu is telling us, fear not your enemies. Do not be afraid of them. The Lord your God, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes, and in the wilderness, where thou hast seen how that the Lord thy God bare thee, as a man doth bear his son, in all the way that ye went until ye came into the place. Yet in these things ye did not believe the Lord your God, who went into the way before you to search you out a place to pitch your tent, in fire by night, to show you by what way ye should go, and in a cloud by day. And the Lord hear the voice of your word, and was wroth and swear, saying, surely there shall not one these men of this evil generation see that good land which I swear to give unto your forefathers, save Caleb and the son of Jephunneh. He shall see it, and to him I will give. I will stop here. There is condition here. You shall go to the land communally to fight. I have given you this land, but I need your contribution. Every one of you will make your effort and go to possess that land. And some of people complain, no, we are not going. There is giant there. They are the children of Anakims. They are afraid. Why the Lord their God said, do not be afraid. Remember how I brought you out of Egypt. I was with you, your forefather. I have promised your forefather Abraham, this land I will give it to you. Go up and possess it. Some of them say they were not going. They are not going. They rebel against God. Look at it. God swear, none of these men that rebelled will enter the promised land. Religiously, I told that brother, said, God Almighty refused that those people who rebelled against the law of God, who said we are afraid because these people are too great and giant that we cannot face them. He said that these men will not smell that land. They will not enter. This is God saying. So that's what I was telling our brother. Say, if we think it the way you put it in the sight of God or religiously, you can see that you are wrong. Some of us who are Christians, we said, Nnamdi Kanu said, we are under extermination, under annihilation. There is genocide going on. God promised us this land. Somebody want to take away this land from us. Please, let us join hand and fight. Some people see Hausa people as a giant, see Yoruba people as a giant. They will not go. Let us contribute money, we that are abroad, so that we can help to secure this land, because this land is taken away from us. Look at the garrison, military garrison, checking point everywhere in our land. Our people are suffering. Some people say these people are giants. Some of us who are outside refuses that we are not going to contribute. The punishment that Nnamdi Kanu is saying that you will not enter Biafra land freely. You will go in with the visa, and if your visa expires, you go home. Probably when you do investment, your investment will be registered like a foreign investment. So The contribution you refuse to do right now, you are going to pay it in the future. It will be your own turn that time to be paying that money, which you refuse to contribute. And some people say that he has no right to do it. And we look at it politically. If nobody standing like Nnamdi Kanu and saying and going the way he was going, we must secure our land, who will do it? Nobody. So there is need for us to have authority, power, regulation to control people. So nobody can say, I will do it. Nobody have to tell me to enter. You can't deny me going to my country. You can't. It's my indigenous country. Where were you when you left that country and ran away? And some people are fighting to acquire that land back, to restore it back from the enemies. And you said you are not going to contribute. Then tomorrow you go. Politically, you want to impose yourself because there is no government, because there is no authority. It's not going to happen because there will be government, and that government will regulate the movement of people. Before you travel, you enter aircraft, you must have visa. You can't enter because you are a Biafran, because that time you will not have a Biafran passport. If you are in abroad, for you to have the Biafran passport, you have to go to the embassy to get the Biafran passport. This is how John Hope said that there must be a regulator so that there will be no state of anarchy. Look at God's own. He vowed that there must be need that you go and fight and take the land. Only that the moment they say they will not go because that they are afraid the anarchists are there. God condemned them and said that you will not enter the land. He denied them the land. All of them died in the wilderness. They did not penetrate the land. It is needful for me to go to the book of Joshua, please. Pardon me. Because there is something I want to get there just quickly so that we stop. Joshua chapter 1 verse 10. I'm going to read. Now, after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses my minister, saying, Moses my servant is dead. Now, therefore, arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all these people, unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your feet shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea, towards the going down of the sun shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life, as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto these people shalt thou divide the land. Is coming again, inheritance, for an inheritance, the land which I swear unto their father to give them. Only be thou strong and be very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand and to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart from thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have a good success. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage, be not afraid, neither be dismayed, for the Lord God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Then Joshua commanded officers of the people, saying, pass through the host, and command the people, saying, prepare you victual, for within 3 days ye shall pass over this Jordan, go into the possess the land which the Lord your God giveth thee to possess it, and to the Reubenites, and to the Gads, and to the half of the tribe of Manasseh, spake Joshua, saying, listen, Joshua told the Reubenites and the Gad where we came, the Gadites, where we came from, and say, remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, the Lord your God had given you rest, because they have gotten their own land. Remember, when we read that place before, when they get their land, they fight together with other brothers. They, as a community, to get that land, which Reubenite and the Gadite were settling at the moment, and had given you this land. Your wives and your little ones and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren, and armed all the mighty men of valor, and help them, the other one who have not gotten rest, until the Lord have given your brethren rest, as he had given you, and they also have possessed the land which the Lord your God giveth them. Then ye shall return the land unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses, the Lord's servant, gave you on this side of Jordan towards the sunrise. This is where I want. Gideonites and the Gadite, the Gad, where we claim that we came from, they were the first batch of people who, among the people who got their possession of land that God promised them. Remember, they fought together with other tribes. But Joshua, after Moses' death, told them, you are not going to enjoy that land that you have gotten. The only people excusable is your wives and your children, your little ones. Keep them in the camp. But all of you that of age, guard yourself and put arms. Let us go over the Jordan, so that you are going to assist your brother who have not gotten their own freedom, to fight alongside and get them their own freedom before you can enjoy this land. You must help them to possess their land. Then you return back in order to enjoy your own land. Did you see it? Joshua, the man of God, said, Reubenite, Gadite, you have gotten your own land, you have gotten your own freedom, but the freedom is not complete, because your brothers have not gotten freedom. Just like Nnamdi Kanu is saying, we are in abroad, we have some freedom here, more better than these people. The people at home have not gotten freedom. We want you to join hands together, so that we fight to get the freedom for every one of us, even our children and our children unborn. And he said that you are not going to enter into that land if you refuse to fight. Remember what God says to Moses. He said, because these people rebelled, that they would not fight to get this land. None of them shall smell that land. They will die in wilderness. That is their punishment. Joshua told the children of Gad and Gideon and the Gideonites that they are not going to enter into the land and relax, because their brothers are still suffering. But I can excuse your women. Nnamdi Kanu said, I excuse the people in Nigeria because they are not in a better position. But their work will be to be demonstrating on the street, which is the hottest part of it, the most difficult part of it, in front of guns and ammunition. He said, I excuse them in contribution. Even those people said they are going to contribute. Some people are forcing themselves to contribute. But we, that are in diaspora, that have the opportunity, are saying that nobody will tell me what to do, and I'm going to enter Biafra land. My brothers and sisters, I say it's a lie. Look at it politically, you are going a wrong way. Look at it ethically, you are going a wrong way. Look at it religiously. Even if we read down Joshua where we read, if time had permit me, the elders came out and said to Joshua, if anybody fails to obey this word you said, we are going to stone him to death. Death penalty if you fail to join, to fight, to possess the land for your brothers. The elders concluded and said, we are going to stone him. To anybody that fell an inch of our word, rebel against it, we are going to stone him. Nnamdi Kanu did not put death sentence, but he said that you are not going to enjoy Biafra. Do you think he mean it? Do you think it's workable? Do you think it's not workable? Now you are free to make your contribution by calling the number here, rolling on the screen there. We are going to take few calls and we know people's opinion. We are not going to stop here. We are going to attend to this discussion some other day. This is Bcradio1 News from the Republic of Ireland. If you are out there and you want to make your contribution, please, you have the chance now to call so that people can hear your own opinion on this issue. This is Bcradio1 News from the Republic of Ireland. Please, those who are calling before, I want to hear your opinion right now. I have one caller here. Hello, this is Bcradio1 News from the Republic of Ireland. May I know who is calling, please?
Yes, my name is Hosa. I'm calling from the States.
All right. Hosa, you are welcome.
Okay. I have several questions of several concerns, but the first one is, yes, my first concern is, who is the Biafra? Is it the Igbos or the whole former Eastern region and the Delta and the Benue? I want to know who do you mean when you refer to Biafra land? That's one of my questions.
Okay. This question, I will answer you with a example that I got from Israeli embassy here in Ireland. 2011, I called the Israeli embassy and I said, I want to know more about the relationship of the Igbos or the former Eastern Nigeria with Israel. Please, can you tell me, we are talking about Biafra and the Igbo people, who are among the Biafrans, just like you asked the question now. The man said to me, give me your email address and I will send you a link that you will find out yourself. So he sent me a link and I followed the link and I saw that the Efik, the Anang and part of Middle Belt, the Warriors, Ijos, even Ivory Coast, there is people they call Jacobians in Ivory Coast, are also the children of Israel. But as we are talking about Biafra, Biafra is the eastern state of Biafra, the former eastern state of Biafra. The people comprising the eastern state of Biafra is among the Biafrans and a part of Edo people, as far as I know. So through that map that this man sent to me, part of these people you mentioned their name were on that very map. This was not Nnamdi Kanu telling me now. Did you get me?
Yes, I got you, but I have one concern. You said the diaspora, and when you use the word diaspora, I mean all Nigerians living outside Nigeria. That was my diaspora. You're not focused on Igbo people or the BBO people. So the diasporas have to contribute. Now, if the diasporas contribute, how will Nnamdi, because I listened to Nnamdi lots of times.
Yes.
He only praised the IPOBs alone. So those non-IPOB who is contributing, he doesn't give praise to them. Nnamdi only praise IPOB family.
Okay.
He only praise IPOB family.
Okay.
He never praise any other person who is not IPOB.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. And you are talking about diaspora.
Okay. You know, when someone want to start a business or start a charity organization, you must give it a name. Is that true? Is that true?
Yes, you can. Yes, that is clear. You give a name, but as time goes on, because I know a lot of non-Igbos.
No. Just you. I want to explain to you properly what you answer. I just want to hear yes or no.
So yes, if you want to start a business, you have to gather people.
Okay. If Nnamdi Kanu have come up and said indigenous people of Biafra, comprising every indigenous person that belong to those places that I have mentioned, and said we must organize ourselves in one umbrella as a family. He always mentioned family. And he said, wait, let me finish. And he said the reason why he want to mention it as a family is that there will be no confusion. There will be people conducting it. There will be people managing it. There will be people superheading it. So if anybody in this part of the world want to join, you have to become a member of that family so that people around you will know you and you will know them. Is it a wrong thing?
Yeah, but not all Igbo are IPOB. You will use that name, IPOB. Not all Igbo is in that family you are talking about. But yes, there are people who contribute, who are not part of this family. But at the end, Nnamdi Kanu will be just IPOB. Only praise IPOB. He has to praise all Biafrans. That one trying to tell you. He has to praise all Biafrans. If you are part of the IPOB family or not, as long as you are a Biafran, let him praise them. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Okay, I understand what you are saying. You understand when I was making analysis of political science that John Hobbes developed, which he talked about anarchy, state of anarchy, that there is a need for some authorities to take position and put things in place. And Nnamdi Kanu came, is one of the authorities we are talking about now, and brought out this IPOB in order to make this thing to be harmonious and to be including everybody that an outsiders who are not indigenous will not infiltrate us, that he said we must form a family to be organized in order to do it. And if you are an indigenous person and you disassociate yourself from the organization, are you complying to Hobbes' analysis of good governance or the anarchy that you are trying to position yourself to? Are you there?
Yes, that's not my question. My concern here is why should you be referring to IPOB alone?
Yes,
you are focusing on Biafra. As I said, not everybody in Biafra land is IPOB member. But if you want to include people, so you have to be appealing to people rather than say it's a must. If you don't contribute, you don't enter. No, you appeal to people. There are a lot of, I know some Igbo boys who are not IPOB, but they are very happy listening to what Nnamdi Kanu say. But for you to be focusing on IPOB family alone, no. You encourage people to come and join you rather than giving order that if you don't contribute, you can't go into Biafra. For example, I'm in the United States. When I go to Nigeria, I get passport, I get visa. Okay, I'm an American citizen, even though I was born in Nigeria. Well, I always get a visa to go to Nigeria. You know?
Yes.
So you cannot say that if you don't contribute, it's like a force. It's like a force now that if you don't contribute, you can never come to Biafra land. No.
Okay, my brother, I want to use another political theory to answer you. John Locke talk about people who are living in a society, and you are free to do your business and go about everything you have to go. but there are some certain liberties that will be denied you. For example, we are talking about Biafra that me and you will enjoy tomorrow, and you rebel against it, and you say that nobody is going to tell you what you're going to do, and other people are participating, contributing. Do you think that if the Biafra comes, that the government will allow you to impose yourself against them, to decide by yourself how you are going to live in that country? Or will they have some regulations that can control your movement and tell you that you refuse to do this in so time, and this time you have to pay the authority? Are you going to impose yourself to the government?
No, you're not going to impose, but what I'm saying that this should be appeal, not that you must not enter Biafra because you didn't contribute. No, you appeal to people because you are quoting the philosopher, I don't know which philosopher, but the point is, instead of using command, you know, as I said, I know some Igbo boys who are not even IPOB family that are very interested. They don't join, but they contribute. So you don't make it a force.
Okay.
Appeal it to all the Biafran people.
I get.
When you are praising people, don't praise only IPOB. Praise the whole Biafrans.
I get.
Let me tell you an example.
Yeah.
Let me tell you an example. During the Civil War, even though towards the end of the war, it's only Igbo they were fighting because they capture Calabar, capture Port Harcourt, capture all those. It's only Igbo who were fighting during the Civil War. What happened? Ojuku was still calling Biafra. He was not calling Igbo. He was calling Biafra. Even though we lost a lot of non-Igbo people, we lost all these Calabar people, we lost Akwa Ibom people. The only Igbo were fighting towards the end of the war. We were locked up. But Ojuku was maintaining the war Biafra. So England country will maintain the war Biafra rather than IPOB.
All right, you want. Okay, I understand your point. Well, my brother, can I ask you another question?
Yes.
If you see your son or your daughter drowning in a mud, would you wait for somebody to beg you, sir, please go and bring this child out?
No, you cannot do that. But the point is what I'm saying, praise your people. Don't just praise your members. You don't understand my argument.
I understand. What you are saying is that, in essence, you are saying that Nnamdi Kanu should also notice that there are people who are contributing outside IPOB, that when he is making recommendation, he should say that I thank also non-IPOBs who are also contributing. Is that not what you are saying?
Exactly. Not only IPOB, because I watch his movie, he share video all the time. All knocking the IPOB because I support him. No, you have to support Biafra as a whole.
All right, but okay, I understand you, but I want you to understand the issue of the restoration Biafra is on the neck of the IPOB right now as I'm talking to you, because the IPOB are the one,
yes,
they are the one stationing on the street, they are the one being shot by the Zoo Republic armies. So he will not leave praising IPOB to praise unidentified person.
Yeah, see, that's where you are going wrong. That's where you are making a big mistake. I'm not saying that you cannot praise IPOB. I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
Make sure you extend the Biafra, because there are a lot of non-IPOB who are also interested in this Biafra thing. Okay?
Okay, my brother. Okay.
Praise IPOB, praise them, but also extend the praise to other Biafrans who are not IPOB, who are contributing, who are saying what is happening. That is my concern.
Okay, I have gotten your point. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your contributions.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. So our brothers is saying that the issue of praising the IPOBs alone is not what's supposed to be done. That is not the appropriate thing to do by our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you can understand my own argument with him. But I bought his idea as well. I buy his idea because, like he said, there are some people who might be contributing or who are contributing, but they don't identify with the IPOB, which means he's encouraging our leader to make the remarks whenever he's praising people to say, I don't think there is any problem in that issue, to say, I thank all the IPOB who are working assiduously, and I use this opportunity also to thank those who are not non-IPOB members who are contributing as well, that I am not exempting them. I praise them. I encourage you to do more. There is no mathematics to work. This is simple and is very easy to. It's an easy thing to do as an ABCD. So we are not going to deliberate much into that. And when I'm thanking people who are contributing to my channel, I say to well-wishers, I tell to friends, I tell to non-friends, there is nothing too hard to say about that. So if there is any other person who have something to say, even concerning how our brother raised the issue, if you have, our line is open. Please give us a call. We are waiting for you. We are talking about the controversial issue today, which our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is always warning that the people in diaspora are responsible to finance the agitation of Biafra, the restoration of Biafra. And as I told you, Bruce Fem, who is defending and who is our attorney internationally for the cause of Biafra, whenever he enters to court to present the case of Biafra, 1 hour he spent there, IPOB pay him $5,000 per hour. And some people are objecting to pay this money contribution. Is it the right thing to do? Are they wrong? Is our leaders say, hello? Who is on the line, please? Yeah. This is Bcradio1News. Can I hear your? Can I know your name, please? Your name and where you're calling from. Sorry. Okay, Auntie Chides Chuku Dalukwa Chuku Gozie. God bless you.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? Can you hear each other guy today?
So I'm be happy with him on them. Nnamdi Kanu, my the group. With that type of
yes.
It's not going to see in a channel. How did I leave it?
Hello, go high.
How did I leave it? Including so what?
Yes. I hope more watch the video.
Onye ewere Igbo niile weta. Ndị Awụsa kapụtara obodo anyị, ere obodo ahụ nọ ntị since ọgbụgba ka weta obi. Ọsọ aka agbago. Nsogbu ahụ.
Biko, yes, ajụjụ m chọrọ ịjụgo taa. Ajụjụ m chọrọ ịjụgo n'ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu ya. I'm very sorry we have lost you. If you can call back, that will be fine. This is Bcradio1News. And from the Republic of Ireland, I am your host today, Evangelist B. We are discussing a controversial issue as regarding to the sponsorship of the Biafran struggle that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that people should be contributing, and mainly he said that people in diaspora should be the one. Our brother before was talking about non-IPOB members. I would encourage anybody who is not to engage himself into IPOB, but if you decide Please continue your contribution. Your contribution matters a lot. I agree with that, our brother. We should praise the people also who are non-IPOB member, because I cannot force you to become an IPOB member. Some people, because of fear of what the Nigerian government will do them or have tagged us as terrorists, they don't want to physically or visibly associate themselves with us or show themselves that they are supporting us, but they are contributing. I don't know. I'm not the financial secretary to know whether there are people who are contributing money who are not members of IPOB, but they know the best there. So please, this number that is on rolling on the screen is the WhatsApp number. If you have your data and you don't have the credit to call, you can use your data to call us, because 5:30 here we are going to close this very streaming. I want to know your opinion on this issue because it's very controversial. Every day people argue that nobody will stop them entering into their fatherland. We have looked on this issue on the ethical point of view, and we have also analyzed this on the political point of view and the religious point of view. And we find that through our analysis that it is necessary for us to contribute. There is nobody who will give any excuse to exempt himself from this contribution, that we say that you did something legitimate. Please, if you have any contribution you want to make, this is Bcradio1News from the Republic of Ireland. Someone say, I don't see the difference between IPOB and Biafra. Yes, there is no difference between IPOB and Biafra. But IPOB is an organization set up in order to put things in proper perspective, so that there will not be state of anarchy if IPOB is not identified to representing the Biafra. There are so many people who claim to be representing Biafra. Today, we are not seeing anything they are doing. There are people who say that they are going through legal means, and we have not seen any success made through these legal means. There are people who have come out before as a Mosobians and said through our brother Ralph Wazirike that is fighting for Biafra. At the end, what we saw is the mansion that he built. There are people also who are doing Biafra in the side of Zionist movement. Benjamin Onwuka being the head, who went to a radio station in Enugu with Machete and his group to go and declare independent. But you can see when you bring all this group together, a layman can see who is making progress and who is not making progress. And if we don't have a particular different organizations that identify the true love for Biafra and dedicating their life and their resources for the restoration of Biafra, in the future, when the Biafra is being established, there will be state of anarchy. And this is the reason why it is good that we don't allow ourselves to be in a state of anarchy. There must be authority, according to John Hobbes, who will regulate things and put things in proper perspectives. People will not be allowed to do what they like at will without being regulated by laws. If we allow people to say, I'm not going to contribute, I'm not going to support the issue, and nobody have to question me, then who will get the Biafra? That's the question we are asking. So please, is it the right thing? That's the question we are asking. For us or for our leader to say that anybody who is in diaspora, who are Biafran, remember he's talking about Biafran. If you are a Biafran, if you know that you are born and raised up, you are an indigenous person of Biafra, he said if you are living in diaspora, you must contribute. And if you do not contribute, that you are not going to enter in Biafra land. And the Czech Republic have done this type of thing and succeeded. There are people in India who rebel against the government and they said that they don't support the freedom or independence of India. By the time the Indian people got their independence, some of those people who fought them, they did not beat them, they did not kill them. The Indian government, according to what I heard, built an underground house and put them, feeding them every day, said that since they don't want freedom, they are not going to enjoy this freedom that they have paid with their blood. 2.something million people were massacred in India during the time of their independence struggle. And some people who fought against, who disassociate themselves and speak against it, eventually would want to be the one to enjoy it. Is it the right thing or the wrong thing? We have seen in the Bible that the Benjamite and the Gideonite who have gotten rest and their brothers have not gotten. Joshua said, I can excuse your little ones and your wives, your children. They will not go to war, but guard all your men. Let them put their armors and let us go and help your brothers to get their own independence before you can come back and enjoy your life. You have no life right now until your brother who helped you to fight to get your own land, to get your own freedom, until they get their own freedom. And the elders came up and said, Joshua, what you said is right. If anybody refuses and utter a word against what you are, we are going to stone him to death. They put death sentence anybody who refuses to go to war. He said he's going to be, they are going to kill him. But Nnamdi Kanu said, no, it's not a matter of shedding blood, but you are not going to enter Biafra freely. So I am encouraging whoever that is there, if you are not contributing, if you are not identifying yourself, you better do, because ethically, we have seen it that it is the appropriate thing to do. Politically, we have seen that there must be law and order, because if we allow everybody to say, I'm not going to do, I must come in, you come in tomorrow, I fight with you, you fight with me, we kill each other. There must be law and order. So some people said, oh, we are going to go to United Nations, and the United Nations saw, they know, they are seeing us. They are hearing the man, what he's saying about not entering Biafra, and they know American government always use the word freedom is not for free, because people have paid the price. So you want freedom, but you don't want to pay the price. You must pay the price one way or the other. When the Irish government gave us paper, how much do we pay for us to obtain the certificate of citizenship? We pay 950 euros in order to obtain the certificate for citizenship. These are price we pay as a foreigner. And by the time we have not gotten the citizenship, every 2 years, we go and renew our paper. We pay some 200, some 300 euros in order to do this. These are the prices we pay because people have died in Ireland before we came into this country. The government will not say, okay, you have come, I give you paper, just go and enjoy yourself. There are prices to pay. So for you also to take it seriously. And some people said that Nnamdi Kanu said we should take an oath, and they are not going to take an oath, but they took an oath. And when they are going to get their certificate of citizenship. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, the caller on the line. Welcome. May I know your name and where you're coming from, please?
Yeah, is this Evangelist B?
This is Evangelist B from the Republic of Ireland.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It looks like you have not completed the program you are doing. I will call back again because I called you earlier. Then I want me with program in. So I should call you in 2 hours. So how are you the bugger?
Oh,
you appear that you are still doing the program.
Yes. Within the next 9 minutes, I'm going to round up the program. No problem.
Okay.
Thank you. And God bless. Thank you.
Yeah.
We are still on the program. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warning the people in diaspora that if you fail to contribute or support by financial support, that those in diaspora will come into Biafra with a visa. That means when your visa expires, you have to go back to your country. He said it several occasions and warning it. And members also who are not paying their money, they always warn them that you must pay your money. The question we ask, is it right? Is it wrong thing to do? Please, if you are a Biafran or an Igbo person, can call us and air your view for us to know whether it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. This is Biafran Christian Radio, BC Radio 1 from the Republic of Ireland, and I'm your host, Evangelist B. Is it the right thing that our leader is proposing, that non-contributors to this struggle will have to enter their indigenous country with a visa? Remember that this number rolling on the screen is a WhatsApp number. You can call the number with your WhatsApp or with Messenger. You can trust me on the Messenger, and they will be able to have a free call with the internet if you don't have credit. Just call and give us your contribution. Please, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please, it doesn't take you even a second to just press the red button, subscribe button, and press the heart button. That button that look like heart, hash in color, is a notification bell, so that whenever I'm having program, even when I have pre-planned program, schedule events, the YouTube will send you information that Evangelist B will be coming online in so hour, so you get ready. Share it to your friends, your relatives, and tell us what you think about this very idea that non-contributors, financial contributors to the struggle and restoration of Biafra will not enter Biafra freely. Call us and tell us your opinion. We have a few minutes to round up this program and we call it a day. Once again, this is Biafran Christian Radio 1 News from the Republic of Ireland. We have one caller here on the line. The caller, may I know your name and where you're coming from, please? Hello, the caller. Declan. Declan, you are welcome to our program. This is BC Radio 1 News. Can we know your opinion? Okay, can we know your opinion? All right. Okay. Can we know your own opinion as regarding to this discussion?
What our leader said is 100% right.
All right.
Yes. What our leader said is 100% right, because we will release it. Because I give sanction is the day. Because I know that because I know that
yes.
Because even as in down on the 100 people say, now she and then I got to go to the house. And then that's one even not out for another meeting. I look at the one called Progress today.
Yes.
I need to go, but because we were, what on an art in there at POP, or what on our leader, what on our side, they took a lot of things. So you couldn't buy and down you watch at the end, they put out that traitors and betrayers. Yeah, don't have the more they have, I didn't want to buy here. So I wasn't at that consider. I didn't consider the condition. So what I was I said, it's 100% right. I support that.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. And I am supporting the idea as well, because looking at it politically, there must be law and order. Looking at it in a religious way, God ordered Joshua, said, after Moses have died, and said, as I said to Moses, the Benjamites and the Gadites who have gotten their land, their own freedom, will not enjoy it until their brothers will also have their own freedom. May I know who is on the line, please? The caller.
My name is Mr. Ejike.
Ejike, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm from Malaysia.
Malaysia, welcome, Mr. Ejike. God bless.
Thank you. Please, I want to contribute in outside of the people talking about one that our leader should be talking about the people that are not a member of IPOB, and they also they did not accept to take the oath.
Okay.
Remember that those people that did not take the oath may become a saboteur, and those people are not getting proper information about what IPOB is doing.
Yes.
So what makes that person not join IPOB? Does it mean that he doesn't see IPOB family around him? Why can't he take the oath and join the IPOB? Some of those people, they come and they say whatever they like, and they are the people that are saying why everything are not showing on television, or why everything are not be making public. Are demanding that when our leader went to United Nations, that he should show everything in public. All those people, I don't know what is going on. But if we are in IPOB, we will have confidence that what our leader is doing is the normal. So anybody that does not join IPOB can become a saboteur at any time.
Yes.
Not that you sit in the house, you stay in your house, you see people talking and enjoying them. You will not be going to meetings, you don't have proper information, and you don't take the oath. So how will you make us believe that we are in the right track with the people that is in IPOB? So I urge everybody who is sincerely to fight this freedom to the end. We have nothing to, nobody has any excuse to say that this is what is preventing him or her to join IPOB, because we are afraid, we are target terrorists and this one. Remember, what we are doing is not something you have option. It's something that you must lay your your interest, everything, concentration on it. Make sure you participate in every single thing. Not tomorrow say that you don't hear.
All right. Okay, my brother.
Anyone that wants our leader to be praising him, let that person join IPOB and take the oath. Simple.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, my brother. God bless you for your own contribution. What I would say in the aspect of taking oath, I will not agree that everybody must take the oath, because it is we, the IPOB members who are in the IPOB, that are mandated to take the oath. Anybody who is outside IPOB knows that it's not with the IPOB. The person might decide not to take an oath because he's not a member. If you go to a Freemasonry organization and belong, they will tell you to take an allegiance to what you have joined. But they cannot go to street and tell the people who are on the street that they should come inside and take the oath and allegiance to what they are serving, because he's not a member. So in that very aspect, it is only IPOB members that are arguing, because so many people have called me some time ago privately, people who are Christians, and they asked me about taking oath. I told them I took the oath, and I don't see anything about oath. Is just a covenant that I'm not going to betray this. I'm not going to betray the struggle. We went to Irish place where they are celebrating the citizenship to obtain certificate of citizenship. We took oath as well. It's an allegiance to the government that we are going to be law-abiding and faithful, that we are not going to disrupt the law and order in this country. And at the back of the sheet, it was written that it's withdrawable, which means they want us to take that oath to commit ourselves that if we make mistake tomorrow and they take away the certificate, we have ourselves to be blamed, not the government.
Simple. So why is God stopping that person to join IPOB?
Exactly. It's up to them to join or not to join. Nobody is forcing them. But there are things which is obligatory. Moral obligation is that we should join hand to save those who are trapped. Ethically, it is a good thing that we save the people who are dying. It is wrong for us to see someone perishing and dying and do nothing. That is it.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother, for your own contribution, and God bless you.
Bless you too.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we have come to the end of this program. We will continue with this program next time, because today we did it in Facebook, in YouTube. Next time we are going to do it in Facebook, because I want more people and much people to engage with this issue. And I'm using this opportunity to encourage those people who have not joined the IPOB. And I saw someone who is asking for the number to pay money. Today we are not talking about the number. I am planning the program. Maybe the next one we are going to present the numbers that we are going to use to pay your money if you want to pay your money. Thank you, and God bless you. The last caller on this program, may I know your name and where you're calling from? God bless you. This is Bcradio1News.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm calling from Malaysia.
And good evening here. God bless you.
My name is John Chibike Madawochukwu.
Welcome, John Chibike Madawochukwu.
So my idea na ihe onye isi anyị na-ekwu bụ na adị 100 support na ihe ọ na-ekwu gbasara na onye ọna na abroad na-adịa participate na ihe gbasara Biafra something. Onye abịa na onye na-alaghachite mgbe Biafra ga-abịa na onye a ga-abịa gba visa. Adị 100% support in that side. But biko ihe ọzọ m chọrọ ikwu bụ na otu amụwa na-ekwu okwu na anụnwa people adịghị anụ ihe na-ekwu like ndị ọzọ kwuburu okwu before ihe niile ha kwuru anụrọ m ya, mana gị nwa na-ekwu ana m anụ, mana ndị ọzọ niile na-akpọ m enweghị ihe ha na-ekwu anyị nwa na-ahụ. Like otu anyị na-ekwu na people adịghị anụ ihe mụnwa na-ekwu.
Okay, thank you very much for that very remarks. I'm going to find out why it is so. But are you hearing what I'm saying now?
Yeah, your own is very clear.
Okay. Maybe it might be from the phone. Yes. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir.
I've been so happy. I've been so happy eating online now. More than what I'm so happy.
Yes, thank you, sir. God bless you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
We have come to the end of this program. Once again, this is Bcradio1 from the Republic of Ireland. I'm your host, Evangelist B. And I want to use this opportunity to thank all the listeners out there, those who have made their own contributions. I want to appreciate you too. And I will continue this program again by God's grace. And remember, tomorrow we are going to continue the program I said titled Britain Shall Not Rise Again. Every Friday, data problem and connectivity has been a problem, but tomorrow we are going to do what? Continue that program. We are going to pray tomorrow. Every Friday I fast and pray. We are going to come here by 3:30 and finish 4:30. Please, if you are a Christian, a born-again child of God, and you want to join in that program, please come tomorrow by 3:30 and let us continue to pray. Since the enemy don't want us to be peaceful in our land, they shall not see peace. All the blood of innocent people they have shared from the time of colonial master. What we are doing that Britain shall not rise again is to invoke their spirit and remind God his promises so that he will bring his judgment upon this land, that land. Until they release your hand from the Biafrans and let us go, they shall not know peace. Remain blessed. Hear from the Republic of Ireland. And those who are asking for the account number to pay contribution, very soon I'm going to bring the account number. That very day we will discuss this issue again. I'm going to put it on the screen. You will see the account number on the screen, and you will have it from there. God bless you, and share this video please to other brothers who are going to watch it offline. That is an encouragement, because we are trying to sensitize our people, and we want to use this opportunity to say that the Bcradio1News encourages every Biafran that it is necessary for you to make this contribution. Remain blessed, and see you tomorrow as we come to pray on the topic Britain shall not rise again.